Good evening. My name is Roger Shellstad, and this is Finding the Growth Equation. And for a long time, I didn't think I'd live long enough to introduce myself anywhere. For nearly 30 years, my life looked nothing like the man you see sitting here today. When people see me now, doing recovery coaching, speaking, helping folks find detox and treatment and housing, they sometimes assume I've always been this version of myself. But the truth is that I used to wake up every day not knowing if I'd see the next. I grew up believing that the world I was born into was the only one that existed. The violence, the addiction, the survival, the chaos. I didn't think I had choices. I thought life was just reacting to whatever came at me. I told myself I wasn't an addict. I didn't believe that. I didn't feel that. I thought I was different. I told myself I had to be violent or I wouldn't make it. Product of my environment. Had to be, survival of the fittest. I told myself feelings were weakness. Trust would get you hurt, and hope was something that belonged to other people. And that mindset carried me through juvenile detention, into prison at 16, out at 21, then back through the revolving door of jail, and eventually multiple prison sentences later. I ran a criminal enterprise and convinced myself I was a king in the streets. But deep down, I was a man who didn't really believe he deserved anything better. I didn't think there was anything better waiting for me. The battle is what nobody saw. The hardest battles weren't with the law or the streets. They were in my own head. Nobody knew how many nights I laid awake knowing the path I was on was killing me, but feeling too trapped, too ashamed, or just too numb to stop. Didn't know what to do, didn't know where to turn, didn't know who to ask, and too proud to ask, right? My ego, my pride. Nobody knew the weight I carried, the guilt, the trauma, the fear of changing, and the fear of staying the same. And if you're sitting in this room today struggling with homelessness, addiction, mental health, or just life itself, I want you to hear me. I know what it's like to feel stuck in a life you don't want, but don't know how to leave. I know what it feels like to hate the cycle you're in, but feel like you don't have the strength to climb out. That you're down in the bottom of a hole and you don't know which way is up and you can't see the top anymore. I know what it feels like when the world puts labels on you that make you believe that's all you'll ever be. The moment everything shifted for me, people always asked, what was my rock bottom? But the truth, I didn't have one big moment. I had 1,000 small ones, day in and day out, of misery, pain, struggle, and temporary defeats. Moments where life whispered, you can't keep doing this. And I still didn't listen. Change didn't come because things got easy. It came because I got tired. I was tired of running, tired of pretending, tired of losing people, tired of losing myself. And one day, it wasn't dramatic. It was pretty much I just got willing to try something different, willing to reach out to others, willing to believe, even if only for a second, that maybe my life didn't have to end the same way it started. Recovery began not when I felt strong, but when I admitted I wasn't. And that was a big thing for me. The power of recovery and reframing the past. Recovery taught me something that changed everything. Your past is not who you are, it's what you survived. Every broken piece of my life, every mistake, every loss, every consequence, I used to see them as proof that I was just too far gone. Now I see them as proof that I'm still here. Recovery taught me that willingness cracks open the door and consistency pushes it wide open. It taught me that healing isn't about erasing your history, it's about reframing it so it stops controlling you. I get to take control of things. I started using the very skills I gained in survival, negotiation, communication, reading people, resilience, and transferred them into helping others rise. I realized that everything I went through wasn't wasted. It was preparing me for a purpose I never saw coming. Today, my purpose is clear. Today I work with people who are exactly where I used to be. Not as a savior, not as someone who's figured it all out. I don't know everything, I don't have all the answers, but as someone who understands the fight personally, deeply, and painfully. I sit with people who think they're broken beyond repair on a daily. I walk with folks through detox, through treatment, through court, through grief, through rebuilding their lives. And I tell them the same thing I'm telling you. You're not too far gone. You're not alone, and you are not defined by the worst things you've lived through or the worst things you've done. Everybody's had bad moments, and in that lifestyle, we all do things we might not be very proud of. But it doesn't define us. Hope is not just a word, it's a decision. It is a decision to believe that the future is bigger than the past. So to anyone struggling right now, if you're listening today and you're battling homelessness or addiction or mental health challenges or life itself, I want you to hear this clearly. I see you, I hear you, and I honor the fight you're fighting. Even the parts nobody else sees. You might feel invisible, you might feel tired. You might feel like you're carrying a mountain on your chest, but your story is not over. I've lived that same story. I've been in those places, and I still remember what it was like. The same streets that almost killed me are the same streets I now walk with purpose, helping others discover that they matter, that they belong, and that they can rise. And if someone like me, someone who spent decades believing he couldn't change, if I can build a new life, then so can you. Not because it's easy, not because you'll get it perfect. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. We all have shortcomings, and we all have to fix things and look within ourselves. But because you are stronger than you think and more deserving than you believe. Healing is not about becoming who you were before the pain. It's about becoming someone stronger because of it. Your past is not a cage. It's a fucking classroom. And you get to decide what you learn from it. So take the first step. Get willing. Reach out. Believe, even if only for a moment, that a different life is possible. Because the truth is, hope is real. Change is real. A new life is waiting for you. My name is Roger Shellstad. And if no one has told you today, I believe in you. And I am living proof that you can rewrite your story. This is Finding the Growth Equation. And always remember, life is not a solo project. We are all in this together. So if any of this has helped, like, subscribe, share, help the message be received that none of us are perfect and that all of us struggle, but together we can make it through. So thank you. Spread the word, and I'll see you guys on the next one. With that, I'm going to take another 24.